Hey everyone, it is Demo Donna here, and welcome. It is Wednesday. I am a week behind on showing you guys the Crafty Courtyard kit. I know I normally go live the first week, but I was, having fun at a hockey tournament. That's what moms do. So, tonight we are going to dive into everything Critters with Flowers. And thank you guys for joining me here at Pink and Main live. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, hello Susan, hello Karen, hello Maria, hello. And then for all of you watching the replay, thanks. We love to see you chiming in. Load up that comment section. You guys know I do my best to reply to everybody. Hello, Tammy and Connie. I hope you guys are all doing great. It is warming up here in Minnesota, thank goodness, because this little California girl does not really handle the cold very well. Okay, let's flip my camera over to the fun part. And it's funny because I felt like I really got this figured out. Ooh, there it is. Yay! There we go. Okay, so as you guys have seen by now, a few fun things going on in this kit. I know Michelle shows it in the beginning of the month, and Caitlin used some of the items out of the Crafty Courtyard kit last week. Amazing coloring job. I always, hands down, she does fantastic. So, to get started, this month's kit is called Critters with Flowers, which is just adorable. And there is the Critters with Flowers stamp set. Mine has been well loved already. And you have the fabulous deer, the fox, the bunny, the bear, and the raccoon, and then some lovely elements. These little bees, the butterfly, dragonfly, ladybug, the sains, and this really beautiful banner. And then, of course, the coordinating dies, which is always so helpful. I mean, show of hands, who remembers our wooden stamps like back in the day? No dies. You had to stamp that thing out, couldn't really see where it was on your card, fussy cut around it. Like, look how far we've come in the stamp world and the card making world. So proud of us all. Okay, so we have the stamps, the coordinating dies, this embossing folder. Check this out. This is gorgeous. I love a good flourish. I mean, you can use this with anything. You could use this with wedding, birthday, get well, Critters with Flowers. So I really love this swirly embossing folder. I gotta tell you, I know I say this all the time, but I have a new one over and over again. Hey Libby, thanks for joining us. Say hi to Libby, everybody. Hi Libby. Okay, so here is this fabulous embossing folder, and I've already gone ahead and embossed a couple, and we are going to do some inking on one of them so you can really see just another version of things that you can do with embossing folders. I would love to know from you guys, who hasn't used embossing before? Embossing folders before. Are you new to embossing folders? Do you need some more fun tricks with them? We always need more fun tricks. Okay, we've got the yellow sticky gems. These guys right here. I mean, this really is helping complete our collection. We've got green so far, pink and purple, and now yellow. And I actually like this variation of these yellows because this is more like a citron, like a light greenish yellow. You've got a true yellow and then kind of an orangey yellow, like a sunshine. So really beautiful yellow colors here in our sticky gems. Okay, we've got one sheet of specialty paper. Let me show you all of our papers now. Oh, phew. Okay, specialty paper, you get a full sheet, but I've been playing with mine, so it's been cut up. Then you also have, I'm just gonna show you these, and then I'm gonna go into the specialty paper, the pattern paper that you get. And then of course, you always get this Pink and Main bag, which, by the way, for any of you that go to crops or like to travel and bring your craft supplies, these are great. I used them last summer by just putting each of my projects in a separate bag. Really kept it organized and protected when I traveled. So definitely something to keep in mind with these fabulous kits is I really love the bags. Okay, so here are the cardstocks, the Pink and Main cardstocks. You get the dress shop, construction, streetlight, Riverwalk, and the white cardstock. And this is all 100-pound cardstock, so it's not, you know, something you could scoop up at Walmart. This is really high quality. And if you've probably noticed, it coordinates with certain items like, oh look, here is a dress shop ink pad. And a lot of the colors used in the pattern paper really coordinate well with Pink and Main's cardstock as well. So if you haven't checked that out, I highly recommend it. Okay, we have 2 more things to show for this kit, and then we will get creating. You also get card sketches. So I love that Michelle throws these on. I just recently started using, I mean like in the last 5 years, using card sketches, and it definitely helps when you're trying to come up with a different layout and you've got a little bit of a roadblock. It's really nice to kind of fall back on those. And I usually don't really copy them 100%, but it kicks off the designing and then you just go from there. Okay, last but not least, we have the cheerful floral. Wow, this is already a fun night. I'm just starting and already hiccuping. Okay, so I'm not hiccuping, I promise, just stuttering over my words. Cheerful florals, pattern papers, really easy to say, 100 times fast. These are amazing. It's going to be sad to show you what I have left because I've been hacking into these beautiful papers all day today. So this is what I have left of this. I can use a whole pack of this. Why don't we ask Michelle for a whole pack of this paper? I love it. It's gorgeous. That beautiful orange. Look at this guy too. I just have a tiny bit left. Love those flowers, the stripes, and the bold colors are just amazing. Beautiful flower pattern paper. I love this green on green. Really pretty. And what a fun pattern. The blue polka dots, some more flowers, gorgeous yellow, and of course a pattern purple paper. So that is your Crafty Courtyard kit for April, critters and flowers. So now that we've done that, it's time for the fun part. Okay, so where should I start? There's so many things to do tonight. Oh, let's start with this. This is just a very basic technique I want to show you guys, and I'm sure you've seen it a million times, but it's always so fun to do. It's like magic. So let's just take our little white piece of cardstock. I ran it through the embossing folder, and if you don't use embossing folders a lot, all you need to do is make sure you follow the sandwich order on your die cutting machine, and that is it. So I'm going to take my dress shop ink. Again, I've already ran that through my embossing folder, and I'm going to take my awesome little Pink and Main brush, a nice flat brush, and I'm just going to rub that in lightly. I've never used this one. This is brand new. Ooh, look at how pretty that is. So now that, I'm going to grab a little bit more ink. We are just going to go over this guy. And because it's a nice flat brush, it just picks up that beautiful top layer. So pretty. And it's a very like mixed media finish. So you're not going to have the ink distributed perfectly. It gives more like a shadowing effect, which is very beautiful, a very like organic look. But look at how simple that was and just how beautiful. You can just pop all of your embossing folders with just that really easy technique. And you can of course go heavier along the edges. I can just frame it in a little bit more. Very simple. Just wanted to show, and I'm sure all 3 other YouTubers, all 3 other live demoers have showed you this very simple technique, but this is such a beautiful embossing folder. I just had to bring that back out again. You guys, I forgot something in our Crafty Courtyard kit. I forgot this fun mix. Silly me, because those butterflies are just so adorable. How sad. But I didn't forget. I mean, I did forget, but we brought it back. I didn't forget after the whole live. That would have been tragic. I'm sure you guys would have been messaging me like, Donna, what were you thinking? Okay, now on to the fun part. So I've gone ahead and stamped. I even started kind of coloring. This is what I do in hotel rooms, you know, when you're between hockey games. So I went ahead and stamped out some of my critters with flowers. And what I like to do is I take a piece of my white cardstock, I stamp a bunch out, and I usually color all of them on my paper, and then I die cut them after. So that's my order, which is pretty simple. And I used the beautiful water gems. So I've gone ahead and started playing with some of these, and I think I'm gonna do this beautiful little fawn. Since we have so many of them, this is not a California animal, you guys. You do not see these running around in California. Never in my 40 years living there did I have any deer in my front yard. Boy, did I miss out, because they are so cute. They run across my driveway. I know they eat some of your flowers, but the cuteness of them is just adorable. Okay, I am gonna take a little bit of pink. So I like to show you guys, especially those who don't really dive into coloring or stamping, how simple. Oh, you haven't shown that with the embossing folders yet. Okay, cool. I figured, Libby, that would be something that everybody's done a million times, but I think it's so fun and so easy that it was good to revisit, so that's nice. All right. Okay, so basically I just wanted to, again, show how simple. If you are not a colorer, I am a scribbler, and you can color really simple your stamped images. So I've got one water pen, and this is from the Easy Flow Water Brushes collection, and it's got the water in it, and really easy to just unscrew, fill up your water, screw it back on. And again, this is great for travel as well. I throw these back in the package filled with water. You get 6 brushes in the set, and throw them in my bag with my water gems, and then I have a coloring medium. And the nice thing too about watercolors is it does have an organic look. Like, it doesn't just go on super heavy or super light. You can control how much watercolor you are applying. So there is our cute little fawn. And I am going to clean my brush I'm just squeezing out some water. This is the traveling mind. Like, just keep it really simple. Keep it right in this little square. I don't have to run to the sink to clean my brush, which I like. Okay, I am going to use the latte to color my deer. And the other one that I did was really brown, and I just want to kind of really lighten this. So I don't want it to be too heavy. I want my fawn to be very soft. And I still have a little green in there, but that's okay. I'll color her little feet. And then we are going to color her cute little body. And I am just going to pull the color out. I don't want it to be really heavy. The first one I did was really heavy, lots of brush strokes. And the more you play around, the more you see how easy it is to just add your colors, pull it through, and it doesn't have to be completely colored everywhere. Like, even just that is enough. I'm going to be completely happy and finished, except for I forgot a leg. So my fawn would not be happy with that. I feel like that's how I color everything. I do about 90%, and then I'm like, oh no, there's an arm hanging off to the side that I didn't color. Does that happen to anybody else? Just me? All right, so there is my fawn. Pretty simple. I had already colored the leaves. Oh, look, see, I forgot the ears. I know it almost happened again. Ears, there we go. And done. Our fawn is done. Now let's find a home for our fawn. This fox is so cute. I saw a fox on my drive home from Pittsburgh. So fun. Okay. For this card, we are going to be using a couple of our new dies. So I am going to be using a card base here, A2 card base. I am also using the loopy. I want to show you guys everything. So I'm using the new loopy frames. I'm like, how come I can't remember this name? I'm using the large loopy frames. So to create the large one, it is 2 dies. This is a solid die, which looks like so. So that is loopy frame large number 1. And then you've got these fun little loopies for the die number 2. And then I used this guy here, which are the oblong oval dies. Really beautiful, love them. And I'm going to show you what I did. I actually just popped out, I think it was the third one, popped out my die, ran it through my die cut machine to just cut out a white oblong, and then I ran it through my embossing folder. So if you're doing die cuts and then you want to emboss them, you always die first, emboss second. And that way you get a nice crisp image. So that is going to be added. I also cut out a little piece of our beautiful pattern paper from this month's kit. And then let's get to work. And I'm going to show you guys my first fawn because I know I just mentioned I was a little heavy in my watercoloring. So there you could see how I was like, all right, I need to redo this and just go really light and just add a little bit of color. But you know, it takes practice. It takes practice. It takes, you know, feeling out how much water you squirt out and how much color you wipe away to really get comfortable with playing with wet mediums. You know, I think especially those from the scrapbooking world who are coming over to our dark side of card making. There's nothing I love more than converting a scrapbooker into the card making world. It's so fun. And, you know, having you guys get your hands dirty a little bit, right? Who there? Who out there? I'd love to hear from you. Who out there is started out as just a scrapbooker? I love it. And especially with scrapbooking, you go from, you know, it's taking a couple hours to finish one page to card making, and you're like, oh, I just completed cards in less than 3 days. It varies. But you know, you go whip out a card fast. Scrapbook page for me, those took a lot of time. I think the sentimental part of it too. All right, so I'm just going to add a couple little glue dots. Before I lay this down, I'm going to make sure I have it right. And nope, I need to flip it over. And this is one of the new die sets that was released last month. And if you click on it, you will see what our fabulous designers have done with it, some of the samples. And I really liked when people used the tone on tone because it kind of creates an emboss look. So really loved that tone on tone. I know one of our designers did a white background with the white loops, which looked really cute. And then I'm going to add in this little green piece. I thought I measured it correctly, but I'm a little off, but that's okay. And I only had one sheet of it, so I decided to be fine with it. It's another gift us card makers try to have, right? It's okay. It's not perfect. You know, the one person that had that one idea in mind is you. And when you give this card to someone else, they're not going to be like, well, wait a minute, that doesn't go all the way to the end. No, only you see that. So just something to keep in mind. All right, I am going to add our beautiful, I'm kind of I really loved our technique. I'm like, should I add a little pink to it? How did I, oh, here we go. No, I think I'm going to keep it white on white. I think that would just be a little too busy. Yes, so I'm going to go white on white for this one. We are going to add some of the fabulous foam. My roll is getting so tiny, and I find if I fold, so you open it this way and I've got the backing, if I pull that away, it does not stick to your scissors. And this isn't really a bad culprit that sticks to your scissors, but that is a little trick that I've picked up. All right, I'm going to add my foam. I could even add a third piece, but we're sticking with the two. And then I am just going to center that ish. There we go. So that is my little frame for my card. Really love the loopy frame. Totally different. Nothing I've ever seen before, so I absolutely love that. Okay, another die that I'm bringing in is the floral banners dies. I feel like this is something a lot of us have been using a lot of. I absolutely love it. If you have not scooped it up, it's very versatile. It also has a stamp set that you can add in all of your fun little sayings. So check this out. Mix and match the flowers, the leaves, the petals. It's a lot of fun. This came with me on my trip for sure. I'm like, ooh, I'm going to want to add flowers to everything. Okay, we are going to do a little layout here. So I've got our cute little not too heavily colored fawn. And then a really fun thing when you're using pattern papers is to bring it into some of your other dies. So I used that green pattern paper in the background, and then I also used it with these sprigs. And then for this one particularly, I know this stamp set came with a banner die, but I wanted to keep it a little simpler. So you do get this really cute banner die in this set, but I couldn't really figure out where to add it on my card. So what I did is I actually used one of the banner little guys here, and that is what I'm stamping on. So I've got the best wishes stamp, and then I went ahead and cut out two of them, and I'm going to layer these, and I'm going to add that to my card, and I'm going to trim off the end. So I just took two of these pieces. I didn't use the two different ones. I did the same one, die cut it with my white, and then I die cut it with that really beautiful green pattern paper. Okay, so, and I am using the ink that I used is the Park. You gotta love the Park, and the Park coordinates with one of the cardstocks. So I am gonna layer that on here, and now I've got a really cool banner. And I think I'm actually just going to, let's see, I might just trim this. Okay, yeah, I do want them kind of right up there. So I am just gonna do just a rogue cut. I know that was wild, just cutting randomly. We don't do that anymore. There should be a tool for that. Oh yeah, it's a paper cutter. Okay, I grabbed myself some more foam, and it's too big, so we'll cut it again. Stick that on my lovely banner. And if you love this little stamp set, make sure you do yourself a favor and check out the card that was created by Caitlin. I believe that was last Tuesday. So you can just go right into the Pink and Main lives and scroll through that, and you'll be able to see how adorable her colored critters look. Check that out. It's always fun to go back and see what other people did with the same supplies. Okay, we are gonna go leaf here. I'm gonna add a leaf over here, adding a little glue. There we go. Oh, well, thank you, Beth. I am glad you like all of our layers. I had some different ideas in mind, and sometimes you hit a roadblock. But hey, it kind of came together at the end. Okay, I'm going to add some of these little guys. I'm going to curl this one up. So I'm using my very fancy tool called my fingernail tool. I know not everyone has them. I used to get told that when I would demo. Not everyone has the fingernail tool. Demo Donna. Okay, we are going to add our little fawn here. You could pop it up too. Since that foam is just 1/8, you can totally pop up your fawn again, but I am just going to glue mine down. And then I think we're just going to do another little bit of greenery here, kind of framing it in. And maybe 2 more flowers. Why not? I feel at this point I just should have all the pink and Maine papers cut out. Like, not all of them cut out, but I mean like the pinks and the purples and some yellows and oranges, and just little dishes with all of these cut out in those colors, because I do feel I use these a lot. They're just so cute. Okay, there is my little florals. So fun and pretty simple. Again, I want to break the barrier in your mind when you see stamps and you see dies that says, oh, I can't color, that's a lot of work. It really isn't, especially if you use just a simple medium. Okay, we need our, you can do it. Right, Tammy? We definitely need to just go to town, cut up a bunch of these little flowers, and have them next to us at all times because they're so adorable. Okay, we are absolutely using our yellows. I mean, come on. That just goes without saying. I am taking that beautiful yellow in the center of this one here. And our card is done, everyone. I sometimes forget to add the bling, so I continue to tell myself to just relax, slow it down, Donna. You'll have time to add the fun tidbits at the end. All right, there is card number 1, you guys. Okay. Oh, I'm looking at my glitter and I'm like, should I be adding glitter in there somewhere? Probably. But we're moving on to card number 2. We'll set card number 1 right here so you could check her out. Card number 2, we're going to do a really simple fun fold. So I pulled out my, I know all my students know this and probably make fun of me, that I just got a scoreboard for the first time in my life of, you know, almost 25 years of paper crafting, which is a little hilarious. So now I've gone crazy. And this is a really easy fold, very simple. So I'm just going to bring up my scoreboard. There's really no room for it, but we're going to make it work. Learning new things, that's what this is all about. That's why you guys chime in. You want to see what fun new tricks. And by the way, scoreboard is not new to everyone, just me. All right, I have a half a sheet of an 8.5 by 11, and I am going to take my fabulous little embossing tool and just score right down the middle, which is 4 1/4, where you would score all of your cards. And then I'm going to do half of the front of it, which is 2 1/8. And I'm going to just score right down there as well. This is how simple our fun fold is. Fold that in half, and then we are just folding that other half back. So old school Donna, pre-scoreboard, would have just folded that all by hand. But I gotta tell you, life is pretty classy with a scoreboard. My husband just sneezed. Did you guys hear him? Bless you. I mean, who sneezes during a live? That's crazy. Okay, so here is our fold. And now for the fun part. We are going to add all of our layers. Wasn't that simple? So simple. Okay, so I've gone ahead and cut out my back layer. So like I said, this is an A2 card base. So this is just a 1/4 inch smaller. So I cut this down to 5 1/4 by 4. And we are going to go ahead and layer that on. And for some reason, my glue is having a little volcano tonight, but that's okay. At least it's working. You know me and adhesives. We have our moments. All right, so we are layering on this beautiful layer from the paper included in your Crafty Courtyard kit for April. Critters with flowers. Everybody loves critters with flowers. Actually, if all critters just brought me flowers, I would be fine with all of them. You know, that would be great. All right, I am now going to take these 2 panels. So fun fact, there is a fabulous die coming out with this month's product release, and that is what I cut these panels out with. That actually what inspired me to do this layout. And just so you guys know, you're gonna love this die set. So they fit perfectly on your 1/4. Well, I guess it would be a half of your front of your A2. So I'm going to add that here, and I'm going to add this guy here. These giant florals are so pretty. I'm obsessed. Nice and bold. Okay, so this is going to be our fold. Very simple. Just open like so, like so, like so. You guys got it? So that number again was obviously 4 1/4. And then this is 2 1/8. So that little notch right before your 1/4. And that's how easy it is to create that fold. Okay, next I used another fabulous die set. You know, just keep in mind, once you have all of these, or you know, a lot of these Pink and Main really cool layering dies at your hands, it's really hard not to use them. Just letting you guys know. Fun fact. This is layered scalloped circle dies. There's also the layered scallop A2 base, which is really cool, and then a mini slimline as well. So I know I've used these in the past. Like I said, it's hard not to because they're super fun. And I went ahead and cut out with my pink paper, and then I used another floral. So we're going to layer those together. When you're working with these dies, it doesn't matter which one you put on top because that is going to be covered with the white paper. It does matter. You want to go ahead and make sure you are layering them. I'm just really struggling. I need more glue. I need it to move around. It dried way too fast. There we go. And you know, it does help sometimes when you actually use your table instead of try to craft in the air. It's what's left over from demoing live for years, just holding it up in the air. Okay, that's better. Tables coming to you soon. Okay, so with this fabulous die set, you guys, you get the 2 different sizes, and then you get the circles. So I went ahead and took this smaller circle, which is going to layer into these beautiful scallop circles, and I cut that out with white cardstock, and then again ran it through the embossing folder because it is gorgeous. You guys are going to love it. I don't think flourishes ever really go out of style. I feel like that is one main design in the craft world that just lives forever. Look at how fun that is. So I've got like the little bits of the different flowers and then that pink to kind of, we got a lot of color going on in this one. So we went from like, you know, soft and airy, and you could see your little fawn just sitting in the grass playing with its flowers. And then we're going like, bam, you know, a little bolder with those really fun, bright, giant flowers. Okay, so I want this to come out pretty much because we are going to be layering. I did the thinking of you. So let me show you. This is your little banner here, and it could go, you could have it go up or down. Some of these are curved a little bit. The thinking of you had a little bit more of a curve to face this way. So I did my banner like as if it was hanging up on the ceiling. So that guy is right there. Really neat. You can go ahead and pop off different sayings into it. And I can guarantee you there are a lot of stamp sets by Pink and Main that will also fit into that beautiful floral banner. So don't let those 4 sayings stop you. And then having your die, I went ahead and cut out another one using that really fun floral pattern paper from this month's Critters with Flowers set. All right, we are going to add some glue and just layer that on there. And then you can kind of scooch it around. And then we're going to add some more glue. There's something about the sound of my little glue scraping on the paper. So therapeutic. I'm so relaxed now. Okay, so I want this to go, I'm going to go here. I'm going to do my thinking of you right there. In case any of you are wondering, I am totally thinking of you right now. Right? Yep. And we are going to take this guy and I am going to flip it over. We're going to get out that easy tear tape, everybody. Another product I have been using for a very long time that I absolutely love. There's so much you can do with it. You can add glitter, you can add foil, you can add embossing powder. You can add embossing powder and emboss it. You can add embossing powder and not emboss it. You can turn it into glitter ribbon. You can turn it into glitter twine. If you haven't dabbled with some easy tear tape today, make sure you check it out. It's fabulous, and you don't need scissors. Another great thing you could throw in your backpack if you are going to a crop and you're going on a plane. That is a perfect adhesive for traveling. Okay, so I am just, also, if you add wet glue over your tape, it gives you a little wiggle room. You can move things around. One of my fabulous students taught me that trick. You know, the best part about teaching card making classes is we're kind of all the same, teachers and students. We learn from each other. Okay, I am now happy with my positioning. Hold that down for a minute. Whoop, whoop. Pretty simple, pretty fun. But you know, we needed to do something a little different. And I had to use one of the bunnies. They're just so cute. You cannot look at this bunny and not smile. I think it would be cute to do a little row of the bunnies with just different color pots. That would be a lot of fun. I'm adding a little bit more of the foam. Again, I cut it too big, but that's okay. I think I'm gonna use both of my pieces here. There we go. And I'm just gonna add my cute little bunny to the center there. And what's fabulous about these bunnies is you don't really need to color much. You just kind of scribble in your color in the flowers. I went a little heavy on the cheeks. This bunny used a lot of blush. I overdid my ears, but you know what? It's pink. And Yeah, I guess you could have too much pink sometimes, but I mean, can you really? Okay, we are gonna go in and I'm gonna try to kind of color match. I think we're this one again. So we are gonna do just a couple of these guys. Love the yellow. And maybe one down there. Oh my goodness, you guys, we created 2 cards. We are all set. Make sure you head on over to Pink and Main. Check out the Crafty Courtyard kit, Critters with Flowers, all of these fabulous goodies. We played with our embossing. Oh, you guys, I wanted to add some of these butterflies. Did you see me almost wrapping up? You guys were all about to throw on your goodbyes, but no, I'm using these. Tricked ya! You thought it was over. You thought you could go eat your dinner now in peace, but no. We like spreading these guys out, seeing what we have to offer. So cute. Oh, another thing too, you guys, that I was really excited about are these little corner flowers. How cute are those going to be in the corner of your A2 cards or on the corner of your envelope when you go to send your beautiful card? So adorable. I love that. Okay, we are going to add a couple little butterflies here. I'm going to do a dot there and a dot here and maybe one on my little ear. Grab my pickup tool, everybody's favorite tool here. My lid is trying to get a little bit more attention. And I think I'm going to go green with my bunny ear. Make sure my butterfly is not upside down. Okay, there are my cute little butterflies. So fun. I know that was a lot of drama for 3 little butterflies, but they're just too cute. And that beautiful blue sequin in it. Really great mix. Toss that in your new circle shaker covers. Look amazing. It actually took a lot of, resisting for me not to make a shaker with that tonight, but I thought we would do a nice soft faux card. Best wishes, everybody. And then a fun fold and a thinking of you with those really bright, everyone loves a bright, fun thinking of you card. So thank you guys so much. I had a fabulous time with you all, and I will happily hop back on. I know how to review all of your comments on Facebook, but the live comments on YouTube go somewhere. Maybe Libby can show me one day. But if you have any questions or comments, just add to the regular comment after the video posts, and I will happily answer all of those. You guys all have a fabulous evening. Here, I will pop back on here and say hi. There we go. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much. Hop on tomorrow. Catch Caitlin. I'm sure Libby will be up again soon. Michelle pops on all the time, so there is definitely a lot to keep you busy over here at Pink and Main. Goodbye, everybody. Have a fabulous night.